everybody, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles, and I hope everyone's having a great day. So I have two new mini paper kits I'm going to tell you guys about. I'm really excited. And the first is 4-page fussy cut birds. So I told you I was working on that. Isn't he stinking cute? And it's ready. And as you can see, I've made some fun embellishments. So journaling cards, of course we could have neutral paper on the back. It's totally, you know, however you want to make your embellishments. And I just spent some time making some ephemera with the birds. And then the second kit, and I'll show you the papers in a second, is a kit of some vintagey style ornate frames, and that is something I love having in my stash. This one is actually a die cut that I purchased, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna put this little bird in here, and then I thought I need to make some of these. So that is what inspired it's just a 2-page, and you get, let's see, I guess that's 12 different frames. And I did them so that if you want to cut it out, this one's cut out and layered onto a piece of paper, or if you want to just leave the paper on there, you don't have to. You could just cut out and then stick something down. So you've got options. And we're going to talk about that. But this is just a 2-page kit. It's available in my Etsy shop, and I'll have the link for you in the description. And then the birds ended up being 4 pages, and there are 42 bird images. So 2 of the pages have 12 birds. That pink one, I love it, the owls. And then 2 of the pages have 9 birds. So these are a little bit larger, but not really. And look, I had to do some chubby birds. This one's not that chubby, but oh my gosh, so cute. That's a little baby Baltimore Oriole bird. So I'm happy. I'm excited to play with these with you guys and come up with some fun things that we can do. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with just cutting one out and having it stuck somewhere, right? So there we go. Those are the 2 kits. I'll have them linked in the description. So now when you look at what I've made, it might make a little more sense what we're looking at. So again, some of these I cut out and glued onto like a card. This one, and you don't have to do birds. So I did one with some flowers and a little bow, and I did this one with a pretty butterfly sticker. And this was a sticker. And, you know, you can add ribbon. Again, we can add little labels, numbers, all kinds of things. So that's what we're going to make today. But again, I hope you see the versatility of both the fussy cuts and the frames to do all kinds of things. So those are the ones I did. And then I did this one. I was going to show you how I was going to fix it because I messed it up. I spent all this time fussy cutting this bird out, and then right at the end, I snipped his tail off. And the image has the end of his tail. I just snipped it with my scissors. So I thought, I'm not going to waste that time. So I cut this frame out, left the backing. Let's see which one this is. I think this is this one. So I didn't even cut the inside of the circle out, but you can. And then I'm just going to take these words right here, and I'm just going to glue it down. And look at that. So again, I don't mind showing you guys my mistakes or when something doesn't go the way I want it to, but it would have been really easy to toss this little bird. But I had already done quite a bit of work, and now if I want to embellish any more, I can. These actually, if you layered them up, would also make like a cute little like tag to hang on a gift or a little ornament or something like that. I think that would be cute. Okay, so I've cut some of the birds out. I had to get some of these little chubby babies. And there's some buttons. I was thinking this yellow one would be really pretty with this bird or this chickadee here. And then the purple one of the hummingbirds, I was thinking it would look pretty. So anyway, we'll see if we use them or not, but when I was sorting through some buttons, I come across those. And obviously there's more birds we could cut out. I've gone ahead and cut some frames out, partially at least. And here's more birds that I just haven't even gotten to cut out yet that are there. Okay, so let me show you a couple of different ways that I did this. So one way was to, we'll do this one, was to cut the inside out and layer it and make a little bit larger journaling card. You can use your scissors and just do something like this, and then get your scissors in here, right? And we can start cutting. You could take an X-Acto knife and a straight edge and go around. You could also, just to get started, use your X-Acto knife like that, which is what I tend to do. And then I just use my scissors. But if you're confident and prefer your X-Acto knife, you know, go for it. But I just wanted to show you how I was doing it. So I'm just gonna cut this out. And of course, if you're like, I don't have time for that, that's okay too. We'll do at least one or two where we don't cut the center of the frame out. And again, I think these frames will be great on lots of different journal pages and ephemera that you make, cards. They really can add something really pretty, I think, to a project. So then I just started grabbing some of my papers. These are some of the Pink Monarch print ones. You can use any paper that you have. And we'll just go with this piece that I've been working on. And so I can turn it into a larger card, or I can, you know, cut it just to be the size of the frame. And then I've just been playing with the different birds to decide what do I think would look pretty. Some of these I've layered like this, where I have part of the bird image under the frame. You know, something like that, just to give it a little bit of interest. So perhaps we'll do that for this one. I think that looks pretty. And I think I like the idea of making this a little bit larger, like a square card. So before we start gluing anything down, let me get out my walnut stain distress ink and do just a very light inking on my little bird. And this one has some greenery with him, and ink around the frame. So I hope you guys will all leave me a comment and let me know what you think of these smaller kits. They're not the full kits. I got a lot of feedback that you just love some fussy cut birds, and several people said that you also like the full kits, which I tend to agree. I love being able to just have a kit and make a project and not have to curate all the pieces, you know, that go in there if I don't want to, right? And have things that I know are going to coordinate. So I'm going to glue this down before I put it on my trimmer and cut it. Oh, wait, no, I'm not, because I've got this little bird here. Let's get the bird going first. Anyway, so more full-size kits. Most of my, not all of mine, but a lot of my kits that are available are full journal kits. So, you know, if you're looking for that, go check out some of those if you haven't gotten them yet. And certainly I'll have more coming soon. All right, so the way I normally do this is I sit here and play with it until I get the image and the fussy cut the way I want it. It's a little more fiddly if you decide to do this versus just, you know, just sticking it down, right? Like these are just stuck down. This one, I did the little bit of the image through there. But I'm gonna hold it and just put a dot of glue under that leaf to help hold it where I want it. And I'm gonna put a dot of glue under his tail. All right, so I'm feeling pretty good that it's gonna hold, right? And then I'm going to add glue all to the back of my frame. Get a little bit under his tail there. And once we do this and stick him to this paper, he's going to be just fine. These frames would also be super fun to use, like with some transparencies. Oh gosh, there's some of my hair. Or some vellum, something like that. I think that would be really fun too. You could almost, you know, you could have that look where it looks like it's glass or something. I think that would be really pretty. Oh, I love it. Okay, so like I said, and then pick any papers you want for backing papers. And of course, if you don't have these kits, you may be able to cut birds out from books, right? From other places. I'm gonna get my corner rounder and make something similar, but it at least will give you some ideas of some different types of embellishments that you can make. All right, so this one's a little different shape. I did it more like a square. It's not a perfect square, but there we go. And then I think I do want this little yellow button. I got to decide where. I think I kind of like it up here behind his back. And I could sew it on. I'm not going to do that on camera, but I would like to have, you know, the strings or something through there. Maybe we will attempt, if it starts fiddling too much with me, I'm just going to glue it down and not worry. But let's see if I can quickly thread a piece of twine through here and get us a little bow or something. We'll see. These buttons that I'm using, I just pulled out of that new jar of buttons. The way I did that, it would actually have been much better. And I think I'm going to do that. Let's just pull it through and not have a bow, but just have the twine showing like it's sewn on, like a faux sew. All right, so I'm just going to tie it on the back. That'll make it easy. And trim it off. And then we're going to glue it down. And it's going to have that little bit of texture from the twine. Hot glue. I remembered to turn it on before coming on camera. Oh, cute, right? Just easy. A word, you know, you can keep going, but I'm going to set that one aside. I think he looks cute. And then let's do one where we don't cut it out. And the circle and the ovals are not difficult to cut out. I think this little chunky puffin, this isn't a puffin, this is a chickadee. I don't know all my birds, but I do happen to remember that this was a chickadee baby. There we go. I mean, how cute is that, right? And if you don't want to cut it out, you could just stick it down like this. We could use a pop-up dot. We can layer papers. Another idea that would be cute and maybe add just a touch of color. Let's see what a piece of washi tape would look like kind of in there with him. There's one here that looks, it's plaid, but it kind of looks like the blue-gray going on. Let's just, I'm trying to decide, would it be better to have the torn or the cut edge? I don't know. Now I'm going to cut it after I tore it. Luckily, this one is a plaid. I'm not going to push it down hard yet. So it was easy for me. Well, where I put it, oh, wait, here. We can just turn it. Yeah, that's kind of different, right? Just to give it a little something extra. And let's grab a couple of these and pop him up. Now, wouldn't this be cute on a card or a tag, or even on as part of a collage for the front of a journal, right? You can just get your juices flowing. And all of these can be printed at different sizes too. So if you want them a little smaller, you could do that. You could, if you enlarge it, you may, lose some of the image, but you've got options, especially if you want to make some little tiny bird ephemera or something, or some dangles or something. I think that is cute. I think he would benefit. What does he need? He needs something to dress him up like he's ready to go to the party. Let's see if this is long enough to do a little double bow. I don't think it is. It would be long enough to do a single. I always want to make my life complicated, everybody. Let's see. Cute. I love when I have a crafting session like this, and when I'm finished, I have a fun pile of ephemera. It definitely makes me happy. All right, where do I want to put him? I'm going to put the bow right down there. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit of hot glue. I could have used my wet white glue for this twine. It does really well gluing it down, but the hot glue was ready. All right, that's just simple and cute, and I think he is just precious. Okay, so I was going to do a few more. Oh, let's see the hummingbird, if I have a frame that's going to suit this hummingbird. Let's cut out the inside of this one just to show you guys that it is possible with the circles and the ovals. I did put the little neutral color, I don't know, shadow or whatever on the inside of the frames as well as around the outside, so that if you're cutting them out, it's a little more forgiving than if you have to be right up next to the line of the image. Here we go. I think that's supposed to be the top. Now, one thing I will say, if you know you're going to layer these, it would probably make sense before you cut it out to glue it down onto your paper. Kind of like that, with a little bit of darker behind it. It would just make it easier, but obviously it's not necessary. Or we can just make it a rectangle card and not have to try to match that fussy cut that I did around there. But again, if I had just cut this out a little bit larger and then glued it here and then did my fussy cutting, everything would be really easy. I think what am I gonna do? I think we'll just make this a larger journaling card that's like a rectangle. So let me get my ink on here, and then we're gonna put our little hummingbird, and if I haven't lost that purple button, we'll see what that looks like. And maybe a label or a sticker, something different with this one as well. Now, one issue I have is that my trimmer's not big enough, and I don't want to walk away from the camera. So I am going to be brave, a brave soul today. And I am going to cut this, hopefully the correct size. Let me double check that. Yeah. With my X-Acto knife. So here we go. Things can be done. You don't have to have all of the fancy tools. And you probably saw the paper move, so it's not going to be perfect, but that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna glue this down. And this one, I'm just gonna glue that hummingbird right to it. I haven't put any ink on him yet. I just love the colors. I know someone requested a kit of hummingbird themed kit, and I said, I will see what I can do. I've really got to kind of think through how to do a full kit around, you know, that theme, but I will see if I can come up with something. All right. It'll take a while, but I'll see. All right, and then I'm just gonna use the trimmer to chop that off. And again, we don't have to be rounding all the corners, but I'm gonna stay with that since that's how I started. Look at that. If you guys can't tell, the little chunky bird makes me really happy. I would sit here probably and use all of the chunky birds for my samples, but I'm trying to have a variety, right? Ah, there's the purple button. It would be fun to do these and then have multiple buttons on them too, like a button card, right? Purple, purple, purple. And I'm just, look, I don't know. That's sort of the right color, right? Whoa. Let's use the slot punch, put that on next, and then think about the button. So I definitely like having a ribbon on these. And I do like doing bird themed journals. So these will be great to have on hand. You know, I don't even think I want the button now. I'll save it for another hummingbird later. Okay, so there's that one. Those different things. Now, if you're not doing birds, you're not into birds, or you're doing a different type of journal or idea, I was gonna just pull out, I think these, you know, these are way too tiny, but again, I could print these frames smaller if I wanted little things. Ooh, a mushroom might be fun. It's kind of a fall, or I think of mushrooms and decorating with mushrooms being more fall crafting, but why not, right? Let's see what it looks like. Okay, I think I like it with this color frame. Look at the little tiny mushrooms. They don't really go. But let's see if we can do a little bit of layering and maybe find a label or something that would look cute with that mushroom. You can also do other types of fussy cuts, right? You don't have to just do birds. So like I'm talking about using stickers, but instead of stickers, you could go with fussy cut flowers. You could put this little umbrella on there. Ooh, a teacup would be cute with the frames. We'll keep that out, maybe play with that in one moment. Let's see. It's so funny as I flip through my doodad folders, because I'm always like, oh, there's so much stuff in here. And then I sit here and go, nope, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. It's funny. I don't know why I'm like that. Okay, I still think it needs a little something. Let's go back to the washi tape. And of course, the one I'm thinking will work, or the one that I want to work with, is on the bottom. I think it was this one. I don't know. It's got a little purple in it. Yeah, how about this one? I'm just going to go with it and stop worrying about it. I just want a little more going on. All right, so I'm just going to start laying stuff down and not even plan it out, and let's just see what happens. Sometimes that's a good strategy. Sometimes it's not a good strategy, but then you can just maybe keep adding things until it looks the way you want it to. Come on, sticker. I'm not really big on the root here, but I'll overlook it for now. A lot of times I'll cover those up or cut them off. Okay, a little bit of ink. And this one would have been cute, I think, layered on some other paper. All right, I am not going to take time to put these back the right way. I will do that later. So I can sleep tonight. I will do that later off camera. I'm going to put those in my seam binding basket for now. All right, let's see. I think it needs a little more, a little something. Let's see if we can get one more tiny something. Nope, that's not it. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I am going to okay, so all I did was cut it so that it was a little bit, the paper was a little bit smaller than to get the full circle, but I just left a straight edge there on purpose so that I could do something like that. All right, it's not my favorite of the ones I've made, but there you go. You can just use pieces and bits that you have on hand, always an option. Let's do the teacup. If we can think of what to do with the teacup. I don't know, the teacup, I'm not going to do the teacup. I was going to do the teacup. Let's do a flower sticker, or a greenery sticker. Which ones do I have? I need to do like a mass make and use some of these stickers. I loved stickers as a little girl, and that love has followed me into adulthood. I love stickers. So there you go. Now I think this one, I got some washi tape on this one. I'm going to cut out. And I have a ginormous mess on my desk right now with everything I've been pulling out to play with. So as soon as I am done, I get to clean up my desk, even before I upload and edit this video, I think. Okay. All right, almost done. And these are not hard. A lot of people get intimidated, I think, about cutting out the inside of frames and things. And it's one of the reasons I wanted to do several with you, because I don't think, you know, it's not hard. It's really not. And sometimes when you see somebody do it a few times, hopefully that will help with your confidence. All right. I think I'm going to do something just really simple like this, and then leave it so that I can add a quote or some words or something later when I'm ready to use it. So hopefully you'll see the vision I have here in a minute. I definitely am going to have to work to get the ink off of my fingernails. Luckily, it does just wash right off. It's not hard, but it does make you look like you have dirty hands, or even that you were a big smoker, which I'm not. I've never smoked. Okay, I am going to, I could go right up to my fussy cut, and I may after I see what this looks like. Right now, I'm just leaving a little bit of the paper behind it. There we go. And I was also thinking these birds with some of my more recent floral kits, the free one that's on Buy Me a Coffee, the fancy florals. I think these birds would look great with that. So that's something for you guys to think about too, if you decide to get the birds and play with them. All right, and I'm just gonna lay this right here. And I just think it's pretty, and it would look pretty on a page just like this, but then if I wanted to add a quote or something else on here later, I can. So again, I just think these frames are super versatile. All right, I have one left, so let's just stick a bird on it, because why not, right? Oh wait, let's do this funny one. I can't remember the name of him, but oh my gosh, he is just precious. I want him to come home with me. All right, so let's do this, and then how about I punch a circle out of this paper. This one will be more like the clusters I was doing the other day. We'll just make a cluster. Ha! Look at me laugh at myself. Oh gosh, just too cute and too fun. I'm reaching over, cutting a piece of lace. And I never know how to cut it, you know? I don't know. I just have to kind of play. Yeah, very, very cute. All right, I think I need another glue stick. All right, I'm gonna do that and have it go quick as I can so that hot glue can help both layers. There we go. And put this little baby down. Very sweet. And again, if you want to add a word, if you want to add a button, a ribbon, I already have some lace, that would be really cute. But I'm going to stop there. I don't know how long I've been crafting, but I hope you've had fun and enjoyed watching me use these frames and my Fussy cut birds. So, very sweet. We actually made quite a bit on camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I fixed that one, and then we looked at all of these. So much fun. All right, I hope you agree. Leave me a comment. Give the video a thumbs up. Have fun. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you.